you picture a decorated war hero, you probably don't imagine Baboon, but maybe you should. This wasn't just some cute mascot who hung around the barracks. He wore a tailored uniform, learned to salute officers, and was wounded in battle on the front lines of World War I. This is an incredible true story of Corporal Jackie, a South African baboon who became one of the strangest and bravest soldiers of the Great War. Our story doesn't begin on a battlefield, but on a quiet farm in Valeria near Pretoria, South Africa. Sometime in the early 1910s, it was there that a young man named Albert Marr found an infant Chikma baboon, who he figured was orphaned and decided to raise him. He named him Jackie, and the two quickly became inseparable. Albert trained Jackie as a member of the family, and the baboon grew up to be surprisingly well behaved and almost human like. Their bond was so tight that when World War I erupted and Albert was drafted into the 3rd South African Infantry Regiment in 1915, he absolutely refused to leave his best friend behind. In a move that must have surprised everyone, Albert's commanding officer actually agreed to let the baboon stay. And just like that, Jackie was officially enlisted as the regiment's mascot. But he was so much more than that. He was issued his own tiny tailored uniform, complete with a cap and regimental badges. He got his own paybook, his own rations, and even his own mess kit. And Private Jackie wasn't just for show. He jumped into military life head first. He learned to march in drills with the men, sometimes with a little wooden rifle, and he even figured out how to give a sharp salute to passing officers. He became a beloved comrade, boosting morale by lighting the soldiers' cigarettes and eating his meals at the table with a knife and fork. Jackie's value went way beyond just being a furry friend. His incredibly sharp hearing and eyesight made him the perfect sentry on night duty. While on watch with Albert, Jackie could detect enemy movements long before any human could. Yanking on his friend's tunic or barking to warn them of an attack, he and Albert served together through brutal campaigns in Egypt and France, surviving battles with horrific casualty rates. During the Battle of Agagia on February 26, 1916, that their bond was truly tested, Albert was shot in the shoulder. As he lay wounded, Jackie stayed faithfully by his side, licking at the wound to comfort his friend until medics finally arrived. In that moment, he proved he was more than a mascot. He was a comrade. Jackie's most stunning act of bravery came in April of 1918, during the German Spring Offensive in Belgium. As artillery shells rained down on their position, the South African Brigade was forced into chaotic retreat. Amid the terror and explosions, Jackie was spotted frantically trying to build a small wall of stones around himself for protection, just as he'd seen the other soldiers do. But before he could finish, a piece of shrapnel flew over his makeshift barrier, hitting him in the arm and nearly severing his right leg. When stretcher bearers rushed to help, the wounded baboon, in a state of shock, refused to be moved, determined to finish his protective wall. Finally, Albert carried him to the field hospital. Army doctors who had zero experience operating on a baboon administered chloroform and amputated the mangled leg to save his life. Against all odds, Jackie survived. For his incredible courage, Private Jackie was promoted to corporal, and his uniform was updated with a gold wound stripe and service chevron, one for each year he served in the front lines. After the war, Corporal Jackie returned to a hero's welcome. In London, he became a celebrity, helping to raise money for the Red Cross as people lined up to shake his hand. Back in South Africa, he was officially discharged in April of 1919 with his own papers and even a military pension. He proudly marched in the Peace Parade in Pretoria on July 31st, 1920, where he was awarded the Pretoria Citizen Service Medal. Jackie and Albert returned to the family farm to live out their days in peace. Tragically, after surviving the horrors of war, Corporal Jackie died in a farmhouse fire in May of 1921. Albert Marr lived to be 84, passing away in 1973. No doubt with incredible stories to tell, while other animals have served as mascots, Jackie remains the only baboon in history to have been promoted to corporal in the South African Army and to have seen combat in World War I. Purple Jackie is a wild and powerful reminder of the incredible bond that can form in the most unlikely circumstance. If you found this story as amazing as I did, hit that like button and subscribe for more unbelievable tales from history. And thank you all for watching. From a farm pet to a decorated soldier, Jackie the Baboon proved that heroism can come in any shape, size, or species. His loyalty and bravery on the battlefield earned him a unique place in military history. As a true war hero who just happened to be a baboon.